2/3 x plus 1/6 x minus 6. Well, we're gonna make it equals 4. I'm gonna just change it because I don't put those on the test. I put equations on the test. Let's go ahead and do that. What we're gonna do first? Clear the what? Clear the what? Fractions by multiplying by the what? Common denominator. What's the common denominator of 3 and 6? I'm going to throw you out of here. 6. So we're going to multiply by 6 over 1. How many terms we're going to multiply by? 4, Hubert. That's right, class. Thank you for the interaction. Unlike before, I think the other day I had a lot of parentheses in mine. This one don't have any parentheses. And all of these are multiplication. And I'm not contagious. I just have sinus problems right now, allergy sinuses. What does that do to all the fractions? Now y'all not sick, I'm sick, so I have an excuse. Y'all not gonna talk to me? Cancel them out. That'll be a 2. That'll be a 1. And what's 2 times 2? 4. 4x plus what? 1x minus what? 36 is equal to, now you've got a basic algebra problem. What's 4x plus 1x? Now what am I going to do with that negative 36? Take it across the river. 5x is equal to 60. X is equal to 2. Now the question asks to combine like terms. Change that into a 6. 3 going to 6 2 times. That'd be a 4. So that'd be 5, 6, x minus 6. That's the answer to this question. But I changed it into an equation because that's what I'm going to give you on the test. I'd say 60% of your test will be questions like this. Okay? All right, there's one. That's a test question. 8 times x plus 4 equals 4 times 2x plus 3 plus 20. What's the first thing that should pop in your brain when you see that? What's the first thing you should think about? Parentheses. Bust up the parentheses. Bust them up because you can't do anything with them. So you got to use what law?
Distributive.
And what follows the distributive? What usually follows the distributive law? Combining like terms. Eight x plus 32 equals 8x plus 8, plus 12 plus 20. 8x plus 32 is equal to 8x plus 32. Now, we didn't talk about this the other day, but I'm going to talk about it now. There's three types of answers to an equation, to an algebraic equation. Three types. One, you're going to get x is equal to a number. And about 90% of the time, that's the type of questions I'm going to give you on a test. Okay, the other 10% is going to be a contradiction or a identity. X is equal to X. 5 is equal to 5. When you have these type, when you got a true statement, that means you have an identity. Okay? If you have a false statement, 7 is equal to 2. 4 is equal to negative 5. Untrue statements mean no solution. Okay? And if you have an ID, that means all real numbers will work. Here, no solution. Which looks like a 0. So, is this a true statement or a false statement? It's true, because you got one side equal and the other side. If they're equal to each other and you haven't made a mistake, then the answer is all real numbers. So the answer here would be all real numbers. No matter what number you put in there, it's going to be correct. So you hit all real numbers, and you feel good about yourself. Like I said, only 10% of the time you get one of those questions. Most of the time it's going to be that's all the homework they give you? Oh, man. That pretty much sucks. Whoever's in charge of this class didn't do. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. How do I get out of this thing? Save. There. Go to chapter contents to do more questions. You need to do more questions than that, especially if you suck at algebra. You need to do more than just 2 or 3 questions. God. What chapter is this? 6-1? Go to 6-1 and go to study plan. Now that's what homework looks like. Getting like that gum K through 12 teachers give you one or two problems and then wonder why you suck at algebra when you get out of high school. They find a good test question for you. Just did one like that. Just did one like that. All right, there's one. Do that one. That's a test question. One half times x plus 12 plus 1/6. Wait a minute, forget it. That ain't what I want. I thought it was an equation. I saw this right here with the equal sign. I thought it was an equation. Forget it. Are you ever going to get to the real questions? Here we go. Sorry. All right, there's one. It's a little bit easy, but 1/5 x plus 2x is equal to 1/3. And what are you going to do? Multiply through by what? I want y'all to interact. That means talk. I'm the one that's sick. Y'all are not.
You mean like a common denominator?
Yeah, what's the common denominator?
15.
Good. 15 is the common denominator. So we multiply through by 15 over 1. There is no parentheses, so we're going to multiply by each term. So I'm going to write 3 15 over 1. One-fifth x plus 2x over 1 equals 1/3. And what happens? So what's 3 times 1? What's 15 times 2? Y'all be quiet, please. Equals, what's 5 times 1? Now what? 33x equals 5 divided by 33. X is equal to 5 over 33. Now, like I said, that's a test question. We'll check it out. 5 over 33. There you go. Another test question. Two-thirds x minus 4 equals 3/4 4x minus 3. What's the common denominator? 12. Now, we only going to multiply by 2 terms because we can't touch what's in the parentheses. So, I got 2 12 over 1s. One right there. One right there. And what happens to the fractions? What's 4 times 2? 3 times 3. All right, finish it out. You done? Eight x minus 32 equals 36x minus what? 27? Which one's the smallest bucket? 8x. So I'm going to move it over. Minus 8x. That's negative 32 is equal to, what's 36 minus 8? 28x minus 27. Bring that 27 across the river. And negative 32 plus 27 is what, 5? Be a negative 5 is equal to 28x. X is equal to negative 5 over 28. Now, the reason I move the smallest bucket, why do I move the smallest bucket? Because I want to keep the variable what? Positive. If I keep the variable positive, I won't have to worry about 2 rules. And what are those 2 rules? Dividing through by a negative. And in the inequalities, you have to remember if you divide through by negative, you have to what? Flip the what? Inequality. So if you keep the variable positive, and you can do that 99% of the time, then you don't have to worry about 2 other rules. So you can remember 3 rules, or you can remember 1 rule. Which one's easier? 1. But some of you have been programmed by some idiot teacher that you have to put the X on the left-hand side. And that's one of the biggest things that irritates the crap out of me with math teachers. I've been teaching since 95. I have never told students to put an X on the left-hand side. Never. So I don't know where they got that, and I guarantee you somebody had a teacher tell them to put it on the left-hand side, and that's just a bunch of crap. All it does is make more confusing for students. All right, we're going to do this one. That's going to be it for today. I know y'all are going to cry, but my voice is about to go out, and I got to save it for at least tomorrow. I got to finish tomorrow's classes too. So, this one says 3x plus 4. What are we going to do before we even start this one? Combine like terms. Thank you, one person out of 6. Appreciate the interaction. Okay, let's go to the left side. What can we do on the left side? Well, 3x will combine with that negative 8x and make what? Negative 5x, Hubert. That's right, class. What's negative 6x minus 7x? I'm sorry. What's negative 6x minus 1x? And what's negative 9 plus 7? All right, now be careful. Which one's the smallest bucket, the negative 5 or the negative 7? Good. So you're going to take it over. That's going to give you a 2x plus 4 is equal to negative 2. Take that 4 across the river, and that becomes 2x is equal to negative 6. X is equal to negative 3. When you're really going to see the advantage of doing this, the little bucket is in the inequalities. You won't have to worry about doing those other 2 steps. Unless you just like extra work. Question, gripe, complaint. All right, now that I have enabled the homework, I want y'all to, and just like in the last section, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence, so I opened up all the homework, and that way y'all can go as far and fast if you want to, and then send me questions, and that'll give me an idea on what you know and what you don't know. Right now, I've just covered 6.1. But if somebody feels like they can go all the way to 6.4, knock yourself out. I see everybody doing that. Nobody's sending questions, and go ahead and have a test on Unit 2. Okay? But I don't foresee that because a lot of times y'all bog down in some of the sections. But this section you probably won't. Okay? Let's check it and see if we're right. Negative 3. Got it. All right, y'all work on the homework. That's 45. And if you want to work extra problems, go to 6.1 and do the study plan. They won't hurt you. All they'll do is help you because you'll get extra practice. Y'all have a good day. I don't count everybody here today. I don't feel like taking roll. Hopefully I'll be better Monday.